This was by far my worst COVID experience. As I was trying to get to sleep on August 15th, a couple of days ago, I found myself really restless in bed. So I turned and I turned in my bed, but I really couldn't seem to get any sleep at all. So I was trying to get to sleep all the way from 11 p.m. all the way down to 6 a.m. the next day. And I realized that it was because of the unnerving intensity of my thoughts. Unbearable uncertainty. I've been self-isolated since August 1st. But generally, it was just a bunch of minor discomforts and inconveniences, except for the day where I really had trouble breathing. And the reason for that is because even before starting self-isolation in this month of August, I actually haven't left the house in the past 5 months. So since quarantine started, I really wasn't able to get out of the house at all. So it wasn't too much of a drastic change from just self-isolating in my room versus the rest of the house. Because I really wasn't getting out of the house anyway to begin with. So how was life different in the past 5 months, and what caused this unnerving, unescapable, unbearable uncertainty to settle in my mind? 5 months ago, I was very confident about where I was and where I'm headed. So I applied for a teaching position in the alma mater where I graduated from. And the reason why I chose that line of work is because I believe that I have a particular skill set which I've been developing over a number of years. So I had experiences as a debater before, and I think that has helped me become very articulate, as well as being a Toastmaster now. And even before I graduated, or supposedly graduated last March, I had already accumulated a cumulative 9 years of leadership experience through involvement in many various organizations. So this, coupled with the service and projects that we've initiated with the school, it felt like I was sure to get hired. And to clarify, as it stands, I haven't been rejected either. It's just that a hiring freeze is going on. And I'm not surprised that there's a hiring freeze. And if I was the alma mater as well, I would also have an hiring freeze, especially in these very uncertain times. So I just feel a bit ashamed and embarrassed because since the start of the quarantine, I've actually rejected 2 or 3 job opportunities for the sake of that teaching position that I was hoping or kind of felt like I was promised to get. So I thought that by the time August rolls around, because this is when the new semester begins, I thought that I'd already have a sure job. But then it's already August now, and the hiring freeze is still in effect. So I don't have a job. And it makes me frustrated because I already turned down 2 or 3 jobs. And don't get me wrong, these job opportunities, I would say that they would even be better than the teaching opportunity that I applied for. But the reason why I chose this field in specific is because I already know in what way I want to work, or in what way I want to add value to society. So, long story short, I was very confident. I was confident and stubborn about the direction I wanted to go, and cocksure about how I wanted to work and mold my life. At least that's how it was, especially at the start of these past 5 months. So until I tried to get to bed on August 15th, all of the days before, I was generally still sick and experiencing symptoms of COVID. So all of that dizziness, all of that loss of the taste. But by August 15th, by many metrics, almost all the symptoms were gone. And when all of those symptoms disappeared, what returned was the clarity of my thoughts and the clarity of my mind. Because honestly, the first 15 days, it was a haze. Like August 1st to August 15th, it was a haze. I can't focus, I can't think, sometimes I can't breathe. I would get tired trying to sit up from my bed or even standing for 15 minutes trying to fold clothes. Everything was a daze. But I think it's normal for you to be in a daze, especially when you're that sick. And being that daze caused you to be ignorant to many of these more serious and sober thoughts. But rightly so, because we need to focus on recovering. But as the sickness left, and the clarity returned, I think what came with it was an accumulation of a lot of insecurities and stresses over the past couple of months, which I may or may not have been suppressing. For the first time in the past 5 months, the gravity of the entire situation just dawned on me. So I realized that I was unemployed and I didn't have any income, and it makes me feel worse that I came to this realization only now. I came to this realization 5 months into the quarantine, whereas most of everyone else have already faced these realities, even from the first month, second month in. I especially remember at the start, I believed that this whole thing would just blow over in a couple of months. Right before they actually right before they actually started the quarantine, a couple of friends and I were actually even planning to have a party to celebrate the end of class. So, my God, it was really a different time. And here's an important clarification. Have I been unproductive for the past 5 months? Actually, no. I've been very productive. Especially the first 2 months, our company decided to really go full throttle and provide PPEs for our frontliners because that's who needed it the most. And the next 2 months after that, it was spent restructuring and teaching in the organizations I was affiliated with. Just last month, I was elected and inducted as the president of my Toastmasters Club. So, I'm not unproductive. It's just that I really don't have any income. And that's what's frustrating me. I think this is just an opportunity to have a wake-up call to everyone that yes, you can be productive, but at the same time, not have any income. Because income is dependent on the nature of your productivity. So naturally, I've spent the past couple of days thinking up a plan. And the two things I'm going to focus on are this YouTube channel and becoming an independent app developer. And yesterday, I actually made my first investment and I bought this keyboard. So, it's a mechanical keyboard and it's more ergonomic, or I'm not sure exactly for the term, but it's better than my previous keyboard and it will prevent a lot of typing issues like carpal tunnel down the line. So my plans for this YouTube channel moving forward is this. I'm going to talk about productivity, leadership, communication, and gardening. So these are just a couple of passions that I have, and I really enjoy putting gardening there because before I got a degree in computer engineering, I was actually planning to take up botany. So I think life really has this funny way of messing with our plans. And I think the most important lesson from all of this is that no matter how much you plan, something's always going to happen, something's always going to go wrong, and your plans are always going to change. But what's important is about how we take it by the chin, get back up, and smile at life. So we always need to avoid that defeatist mindset. I think the best advice for everyone to hear is that you should go with the flow but manipulate the direction of the water. So thank you for listening to this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.